Dropshipping for beginners. How I made passive income starting with $0. You know those videos where someone claims they're making $500 a day from dropshipping while lying in bed? And I was skeptical. It all sounded too perfect. So I figured, why not just test it myself? But I didn't spend any money starting out. No budget, no ads, no expensive tools, just my laptop, some free resources, and a bit of curiosity. And to my surprise, I did end up making some passive income. If you're someone who wants to earn more but doesn't want to burn out doing it, this might be worth looking into. I will walk you through exactly what I did, step by step, so you can see how it actually works. Step 1. Understand what dropshipping is. If you're wondering what dropshipping is, then let me tell you that in the simplest and most straightforward way possible. With traditional businesses, you usually have to buy a bunch of products upfront, store them somewhere, and hope they eventually sell. But with dropshipping, it's completely different. You don't need to spend money buying inventory ahead of time, you don't need to stuff your garage full of boxes, and you don't need a warehouse. Also, you don't even have to run to the post office every day to ship stuff yourself. In dropshipping, you set up an online store. When someone visits your store and places an order, you don't pack anything. Instead, the order goes straight to your supplier, usually someone who offers print on demand or wholesale fulfillment. They ship the product directly to your customer. You never touch the item. And the difference between what the customer paid and what the supplier charges is your profit. In other words, you're running the storefront, you handle the branding, the product selection, and the customer experience. But you're not responsible for physically stocking or shipping anything. You are like a digital middle person, but one with creative control and a lot less risk. Now, as the basics are clear, let's move on to the good part, building your own store, step by step. Step 2, pick a niche that isn't boring. Alright, this is one of the most important steps, choosing a niche. Now, niche is the category or type of products you will be selling. It doesn't need to be complicated or overly trendy. You're simply picking a lane to stay in so your store feels focused and not all over the place. Think of it like this. If your store is selling dog collars, yoga mats, phone cases, and baby bottles all at once, it's going to look messy and confusing. But if you stick to one clear theme, customers will know what you're about the moment they land on your page. When I started, I went with fitness gear because of a few reasons. First, people are always looking for ways to get healthier, whether it's New Year's resolutions or just wanting to feel better. Second, I know some people who are into that stuff, so I could imagine what they'd want to buy. And third, it gave me room to grow. I could start small with resistance bands or water bottles and later add things like massage rollers or gym bags without it feeling random. If fitness isn't your thing, no worries. There are endless options: pet supplies, skincare, kitchen gadgets, home decor, tech accessories, or anything. The key is to pick something with demand, but also something you understand or find interesting. You don't have to be an expert, but if the products make you yawn, chances are your store will feel like that too. And most importantly, don't try to do everything. Pick one area, go deep, not wide, as you can always expand later. Step 3, create a free online store. Alright, now that you've picked your niche, it's time to build your store. It's the place where people will come, browse, and hopefully buy your stuff. To do that, you will need a platform. There are a few options out there, but I went with Shopify because it's simple to use, doesn't require any tech skills, and they give you a free trial to start with. That means you can set everything up without paying anything up front, which is perfect when you're trying to build something from scratch on a tight or non-existent budget. Here's how I got started. Head over to Shopify's website, click on the Start Free Trial button, enter your email, create a password, and choose your store name. Don't worry too much about the name at this stage. You can always change it later. Shopify might ask you a few setup questions like whether you're already selling or what you plan to sell. In my case, I skipped most of them. None of it locks you in, and you can adjust everything later on from the dashboard. Once you're in, you will land on your store's admin dashboard. And it might look a bit overwhelming at first. There are tabs for products, orders, themes, settings, apps, and more. But you don't need to figure all of it out right now. A lot of this can be handled with tools, templates, and drag and drop features. You're not coding anything or designing from scratch. Next up, I will show you how to use free tools to handle most of the work for you. So don't rush, and remember, your store does not need to be perfect on day one. It just needs to be real. Step 4, use free tools to design the store. I found a free tool that helped set up the whole storefront using AI. Just to make things easy for you, just fill in the basics. Your name, email, pick a niche. Remember, mine was fitness. Choose a store layout or banner. Pick one that looks clean and not too cluttered. This AI tool basically builds a working site with product categories, homepage banners, and menus. It's like hiring a designer, except you don't pay them. Step 5, add winning products without guesswork. In this step, you want products that people are really buying, not stuff you think is cool. I used a free product research method that shows you trending items. Some signs a product is winning are: it solves a problem, it's not too common in stores, it has good photos, it's lightweight and easy to ship. I picked a few fitness items like resistance bands and running accessories. You can search marketplaces, sort by trending or bestsellers, and pick 4 to 5 items for your store. At this step, remember, don't overload the store. Keep it clean and focused. Step 6, set prices. This is where you make money. Now, you will see the product's cost, for example, $5. You want to sell it for about 2 to 3 times that. So $15 to $20. Why? Because that gives you room for profit. Even if you do decide to run ads later, you can change prices anytime. Just don't make it too cheap or people will think it's sketchy. Step 7, write simple descriptions. Don't overthink it. For this step, you don't need to be a copywriter. Just explain what the product does, who it's for, and why someone should care. For example, this resistance band is perfect for home workouts, gym sessions, or even stretching after a long day. Small enough to fit in your bag and strong enough to challenge your muscles. That's it. Step 8, make your store look legit. This part matters more than people think. Add a clean logo. You can use a free logo maker. Set up basic pages about, contact, shipping, return policy. Use a free store domain if you can, or a cheap one from GoDaddy. People trust stores that look like real businesses. You don't need to pretend to be Amazon, but at least look like you care. Step 9, publish the store. You're almost there. At this point, your store is live. You can make a sale right now. Before you do, though, double check all the important things. Do the links work? Are the prices set? Do the photos look good? Can customers pay you? If all of that's good, congratulations, you're officially in business. Step 10, get people to visit without paying for ads. All right, this is the part where most people mess up things. If no one visits your store, no one buys, so you need traffic. I used a free strategy to drive traffic, and that is micro-influencers. These are small creators, usually with 10 to 50K followers, who are way more affordable and often get better engagement than big influencers. This is what you can do. Find micro-influencers in the fitness niche on Instagram or TikTok. DM them and ask if they'd promote a product for a small fee or in exchange for the product. Send them a simple script and ask for a short video or story. Make sure they tag your store and use the link. This method got me real visitors and actual sales without spending on ads. Step 11, review the results. Was it worth it? After a few days, I made some sales. Not thousands of dollars, but real money. And more importantly, proof that it works. I sold 10 breathing trainers, those masks that make workouts harder, and made about $80 in profit and didn't spend more than $1 setting it all up. Sure, it's not Lamborghini money, but I barely lifted a finger after launch. The store kept running, orders were shipped automatically, and I was chilling. Finally, I'm not saying dropshipping is some magical get-rich-quick thing, but if you do it the lazy smart way, using free tools, picking solid products, and keeping things simple, it can work 100%. You don't need a big budget or a business degree, you just need to actually try. If you want me to make a part 2 and scale this store even more, let me know in the comments. And if you're just getting started with online income, I've got another video coming up with zero-cost side hustles that actually work. But don't click away yet. Make sure to subscribe because next time we're taking things to the next level. See you in the next one.